as we are once again alive upon the internet. As I hear, my voice is still very raspy, but that's fine. As we do appear alive upon the internet. Yeah, let's make sure the bitrate and stuff is up, and titles and categories. And yeah, everything looks fine. And yeah, jumping on a little early today. Mostly because I do want to do a little bit of work on, especially the build collection, before heading off to work today. I don't know, let's just go and do some of that. Let's make sure this goes over here. Does. And
safe area detected.
I'm not sure. Actually stay there. So we did 3 up to I think the SMG was the sphere was what we got up to. Yeah, just a modified date. I was thinking especially getting a few of the more annoying stuff out of the way. Especially things with memento in them. Just because we'll need to charge up the memento for some of these. And especially as well getting the tech tanks up to speed. Basically, instead of going for just going in a row, going for some of the builds that I definitely want to get updated, that actually have updates to them. Because on a lot of other ones, I do want to do some updates, but they're more just cleanup stuff, which you'll definitely do with all of them. But yeah, let's do this one, which has a memento, which you'll need charge up. That way as well, I can go and actually play for a minute. Then we come back and give it its numbers. It's already upgraded to 30 on the things. Yeah. On its stats. Let's just go. Because build-wise, nothing changes here. This becomes a 30. Even that stays the same. That stays the same. This changes. And then also the turret and the drone grading changes. Let's start here. And I definitely notice my voice hasn't started up yet. I already actually stitched together the video we recorded yesterday. That's already on its, or it's uploaded already. It's that'll get going. I scheduled it for 6, so I'll be ready then. Thank you so much, Tennyson, for the gifted subs there. And yeah, welcome in. And yeah, thanks once again for being an enabler of my apparel addictions. Oh, I saved this one without the memento loaded. But yeah, thank you for the kindness. And yeah, good morning. And yeah, I think everybody that got a gift there will be grateful as well. And hey there, Mohammed, and hey there, SPK, and hey there, Melon. As I apparently, oh yeah, that would do it. Can't reach it, but hazy eyes still, morning eyes. As I basically rolled out of bed and we're starting the stream. Because also I can only really, even at as late as go to like 2:30, but the plan is more like 2-ish. So a few hours here in the morning. For night. Indeed. Well, I'm hoping you're having a good night there, Melon. But yeah, we're a little bit ahead here. So. And yeah, I usually don't jump on this early, but yeah, I just wanted to get some build collection in. I was gonna like play anyway, likely before work, so might as well spool up for a stream. Nothing about this changed, right? No, I did actually, but it would be nice to have it matching with the game. But then, yeah, then I should do it anew. Maybe we do it anew. That doesn't take too much time. Adding in the stats and stuff. Oh, 145 is definitely with the modifier. Yeah. So this is wrong as well. Then yeah, I've already kind of started as well, thinking about tipping scale, what we're gonna do over there for that, because that'll likely be the next main video. I'll likely make because yeah, I want to make shorts as well. And I want to get back into making some shorts. That's always how it goes. Usually with the new season is just we do a bunch of main videos just because those, need to kind of get caught up with that. But then yeah, the idea is always to follow that up with also a few shorts and stuff in there. And then likely as the first few, it's going to be either like the updated strikers, just an equalizer striker. Or maybe we do a Coco just to have kind of somewhere to point people at. And then follow that up with the tipping scales showcase. Oh yeah. Name word. Well, they'll all be happy to know that you have Ouroboros now. They'll understand. Just some neighbor coming up to you. Man, you guys were loud yesterday. Yeah, I got an Ouroboros. Oh. Let's go use a Reviver Hive. And I mean, the issue with red builds is that you can't use a third turn. That would be the same level of thinking there. You don't need per se a Reviver Hive always. I definitely get it being kind of attached to a Reviver Hive, but yeah, that is. Here, the tools are different. The turret and the drone are your distractions. You have two heavy decoys that can also do decent damage. And for instance, in this case as well, the build itself is doing a decent amount of damage. And that's your survivability tools. And for instance, with this season, that's also less of an issue, for instance, because we have companions and they can revive us. I feel this season, like, actually builds like this is kind of what would be like if people weren't as adverse to drones. Much more so for their like imagination that it's slow. Because getting the weapon damage and the skill efficiency really leans towards like these kind of builds, actually. The skill efficiency going in the third turn drone really bumps them up as well. So kind of taking that skill efficiency and just sticking it into a shield and a revive, I've actually feel is actually the waste. Oh yeah, here. Anything above 3 or 4, definitely skill tiers. The capacitor becomes the go-to. Here as well, it's feeding into the. This is basically our only source of skill damage alongside of the memento for the skills. Get some skill efficiency there, and then the memento. Yeah, actually, let's update the turret and drone to 30 as well. Actually, what I can take, because we've already done a hybrid. Other thing is as well, this wouldn't be per se like a build I would like always want to run or something. But there's nothing wrong as well with them. Like, I feel most people that really adversely talk about Turtron just have never actually messed around with Turtron. Yeah, let's just get everything from over there. Still have the same stats anyway. Exactly. We'll double check. I might have different mods on this character. In the grand scheme, it should be the same. Actually, I'm gonna move it up as well on this one. That also revealed that we didn't have that. Okay. Move up. These two will have changed. Let's actually go get new ones. Let's actually change that one. Oh, this one's still 11 actually. But we have an alternate version as well for this one, even though I basically never run it in that mode. At least not this one. For the negotiator, it makes a little bit more sense, but sticking Coyote in there and keeping the striker backpack, you do gain a little bit of the weapon damage, but you lose a lot in the from the memento not being there. But I want to include it. Okay. Yeah, I wanted matching stats with the game, so let's actually redo these real quick. It's just some of the parts have shifted in what stats they have. Because that was already from likely 2 times or 3 times pasting, because there was definitely 2 sizes there. Might as well go to full refresh here. I'll say on the Memento version, that sacrifice doesn't need to be yellow core. Kind of thinking there actually to stick in maybe to make that way, because trying to get that sacrifice with the yellow core or to be yellow cored is a little harder than just the striker pieces, but and is that way just for the if we want to stick in the coyote. You can also stick in Tinker actually nowadays. Maybe we do add those in actually Tinker and Blacklister, but it's a big ask, Blacklister. I needed this. But yeah, let's get the stats all in here and then let's go charge up the Memento. Bring it back to the range, get all the damage numbers. Nice thing as well with it being fresh stat, we'll just resize them in the new way, or we just do it by percentage. It's weirdly low. There we go. Oh yeah, we need the Memento charge now. Let's go do that. Oh, actually, okay. I would have been so sad if it was a really good target that you and I couldn't really farm it. Yeah, let's go ARs here first. Let's get a Krampus Lauf out of the way because we'll be assaulted by one, guaranteed almost. Anyway, I'm just awake, so still a little bit groggy, but definitely doing good. Actually, looking forward to later on today, kind of working. It's been a while working at the venue, just being,
Let's do this.
on site, kind of. Also, this will be likely the last one until like mid-January, so... Oh, suddenly remember what I am.
Oh, hell no!
Ow.
Serious trauma detected.
Stop cheating, agent.
No. Um. Nice. Ouroboros, do not make Ouroboros build. Ouroboros is just an SMG, effectively. Nowadays, it used to be the top SMG by like a large margin. Nowadays, it is still competitive in a lot of places, but not against killer SMGs, especially. So it's kind of just fallen a little bit out of favor. It's still not like bad or anything, but it isn't as strong as it used to be at the very least. But also, it doesn't per se need like a build, is the thing. Like, it's effectively just SMG. It fits into Hunter's Fury, it fits into Strikers and stuff like that. Even Coco, you could likely run it with. As far as it's got, especially weapons and weapons like that, I kind of more trust that people will. I'm gonna spawn up there actually. For instance, the recommended weapons list, the Ouroboros is in there, definitely. All right.
Detecting additional hostile
Question
contacts.
mark.
Agent, Judiciary Square is under attack.
There are a lot of weapons, same as for instance true for the Eagle Bearer. It's effectively an AR.
Detected.
Even though it does like special things, it doesn't need a build. It just needs to be like, you know, take a good damage dealing build and you just stick it on there. But there's only a few weapons that really like need a build around them. So for instance, Capacitor will fit into a lot of builds where we have a few yellow cores. Pestilence really wants to be on a build where there's a lot of weapon damage happening. But the Oreo just, yeah, high damage, and it kind of adds to it. It is definitely still competitive as well with like measured SMGs. I think it's also, for instance, in a few places where I do use measured SMGs, which is, for instance, some of the PFEs, or one of the PFEs at the very least. I also want to use a Scorpio, so I'd rather have the exotic slot be taken up by Scorpio than the Oreo. So past them. Is it gonna spawn over there? Should have waited.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
We're just charging up the memento.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Convoys are pretty good for that because they spawn a shit then. I'll leave the ones on the ground there. Still not full. No, full, okay. They want to have like one extra one. So let's go just 4-man patrol or something would be already enough. Here we can clear the standing wave, that'll be enough. And also, yeah, for today we'll just be going till 2-ish, so another 3 hours.
People we love. We've all endured suffering,
It's then
but only the outcasts understand
grab a
what it means.
bite to eat and then be off.
The true sons think we are deranged. They call us monsters. But I say there's nothing more deranged and monstrous than tearing a child from its family and leaving it to die terrified and alone.
Let's make sure this is full. Yeah, round numbers. Yeah, let's double check our stats here. Let's look at that. 534, exactly the same. 16.6. Yeah. 79, 634. This one's a tiny bit higher. Likely the other character does not have a max stat mod. Let's wait for the short buff to wear off, because otherwise it shows even more. That one. Alright, let's pick one up again and take it to the range.
We've all lost people.
5 minutes. Need to get capacitor numbers, enter drone, but for the drone we just need to have the capacitor up. For the striker we do need to also have striker stacked, but that's what that ACS is for. So which this was also a thing that you just shot, so you could set it to what target type you want. Get a capacitor charge out. That's 79. That's even more charged up. One for 105. But if you can go wait. It's 64. Yeah. Why is it lower than the last time around? That's odd. So I should try to get Seem to be 864. There's the cap shot. That update, although no, that wouldn't have affected this. Why is it lower? It actually should be just higher. What? Not optimized. I know we would see it in the weapon damage stats there. Odd. Maybe I accidentally did it with like modifier on of a season that gave a little bit of weapon damage or something. Just didn't notice at the time. Maybe. So also I'm trying to think of like, did anything like, because it might be just very old, but yeah, for instance, striker backpack or something couldn't be it because it's not using one. So. Oh wait, these are down as well. What? Am I just not actually full up on the memento? I mean, no, that was a full bar. No idea. Whatever it is, it's now this. I'll actually calculate that and see which one was closer, or if these are off. that'll be the decider. Maxed mod one, right? Yeah. Although for the skills, it could be technician. Not being set to damage, but it is. But that wouldn't be this. But the numbers I have here on the Coco actually make a little bit more sense. To also be the same here, at least for the turret, because we have the same stats. Yeah, what the hell? Do I wanna fill it up again and see?
I've got them.
I mean, no, the thing couldn't have been. Yeah, it is what it is. I'll calculate that. We'll see what's going on there, maybe, and we'll try it a different time. Yeah. And I didn't mean 3. And I'm glad you like it. So some, yep, just just in the redacted parts of it. I mean, we all see what we want to see in the darkness of the black void. Okay, so we'll call that one done, and we'll try to figure out that mystery a little bit later on. I'm kind of especially focusing towards builds that actually see a little bit of change or are memento based, so that we do a bunch of those and get them out of the way. Especially getting the tech tanks done as well. At least as far as they need to be. Yeah. Let's do this one next. It's Fury. Which gets Equalizer, of course. So that Chatterbacks. Let's take this vector. Yeah. And then it'll be with that. Yeah. So, and yeah, we'll redo the stats on this as well because, well, we'll need to, but also, like, this is a mess. More than most. That changes, this changes. Let's already change this to 2 and 1. That changes. A perfect blitz rate comes in. That changes, that changes, that changes. That's so crooked, I'm gonna change it. We won't have the setup per se for this anymore, and it has its own build picture, so let's not keep that there. And yeah, definitely we'll put Memento there. Let's actually put, because we'll even put Ouroboros here as well. What is it? Listed as one of the weapons here. But I'll say a giveaway should be that it's stuck on 27. It didn't make it all the way to 30. Whatever season that was the season it kind of got outclassed. I wasn't even just like, yeah, it did get nerfed, but it needed that. But then it was killer and measured and stuff becoming also so much bigger that that ate into it as well. Yeah, let's start feeding into here. And of course, here the big one is equalizer goes in. Just back to chatter. Because as a obliterate build, of course, it shall. The equalizer is graded. Which makes sense because it's used in other builds. Start sticking stuff where it belongs. There we go. Actually, this will just be a tiny bit different because of the grading. Let's get the right numbers. Goes like that. Okay. Let's go to refresh. Let's get all the stats in here. Yeah, one thing I've also we're gonna do that. This should have been something I should have done actually ages ago. Is just to have like in the upper right next to where the like the gear and stuff is. Oh, actually, you guys can see what I'm doing here. Just to put the season there. And if I'd done that in the past, then also some of the X builds and stuff, we could have seen like up to which season they were still that. I'll likely go back and add that for like the last few seasons because some builds I know when they went out. But then also we can just update that number, and while we're kind of updating the build collection, people can already like you can see it through the modified or last modified kind of thing. If you sort it by that, you can see what's updated. But then yeah, we can have a ticker up there basically, and then also when builds kind of gets moved out of the collection, like X builds, we can kind of see like up to what point they were relevant or in the collection. Usually a build is irrelevant for several seasons before it actually moves. Although at this point as well, like it's becoming less and less irrelevancy. It's just like, okay, I just don't use this one enough. And stuff like that, more so than... Because if it was irrelevant, it definitely wouldn't show up in the collection to begin with. Oh yeah, let me catch you actually for a second, kind of in my own world. Any theory? Take time with Quasar Vicaro should be replaced with Equalizer. Would be useful to increase the capacitor's Mac units. I don't think on that one. The thing is actually, so that high end, the high end tech tank, that actually got moved to be an X build. Because that one was always kind of... The reason that character still had that one is kind of was a counterpiece to the pistol tech tank. Because it was basically just a chest swap. But then the pistol tech tank, the Tempest one, with Imminence Armaments, kind of shifted to be something completely different. So that one was always kind of the weakest, so I didn't use it much. And actually it's getting replaced by Umbra Tech Tank. Here, yeah, you would want, if you're going to keep using it, you would basically be the chest. Actually, we're gonna have a peek here at it. Definitely chest, chest and glove would be Equalizer plus unit if you're maining the capacitor. You could choose to stick a third piece in there. You would lose, you know, like 8%. The thing is, the build's already pretty weak, so you would be eating into that even more. But yeah, you could go third piece unit. Going from 2 to 3, as long as it's not costing like a backpack talent on top and stuff, is not the worst choice. But also with the capacitor, yeah, I would just take it. I would just take it to 60 something. But that's 41 actually, but so it would be 60. Actually, it would likely be 62. But that Fox would also add a lot of damage. So, but you would definitely want a 2-piece unit in there if you're maining the capacitor in that one. But also, yeah, in my case, I've actually moved it out to be into the X builds now because, yeah, I found myself mostly using the Tempest one if I needed a tech tank on that character. And then at that point, it's just like, okay, let's... I used to have an Umbra tech tank, but that was before the changes to Umbra, which made it a lot more effective. So now that one's coming back. Even though that one's also a little clunky. That one's also definitely a little clunky. Just having to go into cover and out and stuff. Hello? Center line? Doesn't want to do it. Is it because these two are not center lined on each other? Maybe. No, you just... Oh, you guys are gonna center line on that, then the... Well, F you too then. Yeah, submachine gun is always the longest. Oh. That's fine. I'll just cut it off a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Damage numbers. Yeah. Let's make it. Should have been actually. Let's make that a killer. But also, I don't want to deal with. Oh yeah, it used to be with measured, but let's do it with killer. Now we don't have to deal with two different weapon numbers. Wait, are you actually set up correctly? Oh, wrong one. Should be 55, right? Yeah. And then we're doing a bunch more of this kind of stuff where we're taking crit damage mods and stuff to shift crits around. Thing is, though, actually, that chatterbox now is then actually out of place. I realize now. Because we're wasting some of its crit. Wait, how do I even have? Oh yeah, yeah. Because we can flip this crit chance mod, and then the shatter still lands 62, but that's fine. But we'll set it up for the high-end weapon. So let's get killer icon. As well. These won't be worth comparing to because different talent. Yeah. Oh, is it on 5 or is it on 0? I think it's on 0. Let's actually add that. Oh, we need to be on 5. So let's get that instead. Oh, that's why I likely went with measure for the... Oh yeah, it needs to be kills within Rick. Adding a bunch of icons. Actually, wait, let's set this to 5. Kill a bunch of you. And that's just to get Hunter's Fury stacking buff up. Because if we have killer up, the only way we can is to have a kill. But it does also have 10-second duration, so kind of need it. Unlikely we'll need to do it like that, and yeah. And then do it again, just to get the headshot numbers. As well, I can shoot you because I need you to have full armor. Where's up? There we go. Okay. Oh yeah. Let me catch up here, actually, and hey there, mid. The thickness. I think is the striker and the heartbreaker kind of makes a big difference there. Like it's a real big difference. At least I feel, especially the heartbreaker has even more damage pretty quickly, especially if you do kind of use it aggressively and get close up to do the stacking with the ACS. You kind of need that on the heartbreaker, but then also you get the bonuses there. The striker, just using the AR from even range, you can quickly exceed the upfront damage of the high end. It was just, yeah, having the other ones, I ended up basically never using that high end anymore. But if you do enjoy it and you want to keep it, yeah, 2-piecing unit in there, replacing the chest and the I would like because Cheska, was it there a Cheska piece in there? I think there was, right? There was a Cheska piece in there, yeah. Taking that to the knee pad slot would, like taking the Fox to be that, would likely win as well against the Fox. Because Cheska does usually beat Fox. And then you basically take 2-piece unit, the Fox, and then 2-piece Brazen, Brazos, Brazen. When a chest for this, we already have a Sokolov backpack. Nothing is going to beat Obliterate Equalizer. This is kind of the preferred setup for this now. But this used to be, well, Grupo Sokolov, which is the same as double Sokolov, but a little bit more functional because, yeah, you can then just have the Grupo piece by itself with like a memento. But yeah, that's just not gonna win against the Equalizer. Equalizer too good. Yeah. Yeah, but then yeah, the Heartbreaker and the Striker. Because especially the Striker, like, just does so much more damage. is kind of the difference there. With the same tanking abilities, mostly. Well, actually, well, yeah, the high end does have one more tier on the healing of the shield, but that doesn't make that big of a difference. Because both have the same 6-tier shield in the end. Jarvis with crit damage. Oh, the rate of fire, you mean? Yeah, the rate of fire is incidental, but even then, even for the Chatterbox, the higher Obliterate will win against like that rate of fire being there. That rate of fire will be kind of not really that that much once the if you get to 5 stacks chatter. But the chatter is also just a secondary weapon there. The main weapon is the attack vector. But even then, yeah, the equalizer's perfect obliterate is going to beat anything else just because that is 4% more. Even here when it's with vigilance. But also the chatterbox is not the main intent of the build. The build is not even crit chance, crit damage wise set up for it. It's set up for the attack vector. Our chatterbox is there to like, hey, consider the chatterbox. It's one of the better SMGs, especially solo. Nowadays, the chatterbox at 3 stacks is already like one of the top contenders, and 3 stacks isn't hard to do. Yeah, let's do the Zion because this one also changes a lot. Wait. Okay, I'm kind of cherry picking the ones that really change a lot, just to get a lot of those out of the way. And then Sunday and Monday we can do basically clean up and just double check some of the builds that change a lot less. Yeah, this one changes a lot. Things first, I'm gonna kind of dump all that. Dump all that. We have glass cannon variants. This wouldn't be that anymore. Actually, this would still fit. Exactly. You know what? Where are they different size? I'll keep this at the bottom for now. So actually with the layup that we're gonna do, yeah, they would still fit in there. Yeah, that changes, that changes, that changes, that changes. That changes, this changes. We'll redo the stat blocks. Just to match in game. That definitely changes as well. More likely just do killer. No more coyote. No more contractors. No TDA card custom. No coyote there either. Also know that. So, a lot of change there. Yeah, so how was I even presenting this? With this one as well, we could actually land 60, right? Yeah, 54. And we have plenty of space to stick in a crit chance mod. Actually, I'm going to present it with FAMAS with 2 crit damage mods. Just so we can also stick a Tinker in the corner. They have extra unit glove. I actually have that one, yeah. let's take that. Let's load up the build again for a sec. And actually save it with that piece. Because this was also the idea. Yeah. So we can go tinkerer with it. Let's create it FAMAS. So far, yeah, let's take a rifle secondary indeed. Then they've upgraded M4, which is actually what the character has, but let's instead take wait, do I not have a graded 6 CQB? So this is 1, 2. And this is 101. Okay. Let's start putting stuff in. Well, let me have a peek over here, kind of in my own world, very much so. Anyway, we'll be sure to watch out. Is the mother-in-law doing a Krampus lauf? Might drop a banny. And this is rival. The MB7 is a little low nowadays in comparison to some of the other things that we can pick. Especially the, I would say the attack vector and the SMG 9. And then specifically the 9, not the 9A2. Those would be the top picks. MP7 is kind of pretty far down. The reason it works in Descent, because actually in Descent, yeah, I pick it often too, is that it is a weapon. There's no mods. So it having, you know, that fixed magazine, instead of being detrimental, is actually a benefit. Where in the game, actually, it having the smaller magazine size kind of hurts it, but also in damage sense, it's a little bit worse than some of the things around it. Because it definitely used to be kind of MP7, Banshee, and Banshee and MP7 actually, and then before that was MPX and Banshee for along as well. I don't have a graded weapon equipment. Also, yeah, so this changes. Oh. Maybe I'll put a different talent there as well. Oh, yeah. Okay, that 3 pieces are graded 12 and the rest isn't, but that's fine. It's because of the... It's because those are being used in other builds that are graded. Oh, this needs to be redone. Oh, we are done. Don't know why I just don't always start with weapon damages first. That makes it the easiest to spot some of the... If I've misequipped something, I'll stand out. There. Okay. Let's take, likely from here, we can take Twinkerer. Oh, yeah, let's just do Tinker and Coyote. I was like, I can put a unit glove there, but I'm not sure. Like, it might seem like I'm suggesting going 4-piece at that point. Which it is safe that way, but yeah. It is set up to be Tinker and Coyote. Or Tinker and Overdogs, as with a lot of builds. Yeah. So the stats. Keep here. Your command beside Tempest, Heartbreaker, or Umbra, or just sir? No, especially the Heartbreaker and the Striker. So those two are the I would say the best ones. The Umbra is going in there mostly as a, like, I think the Umbra is definitely better than the high end, at least once I kind of got used to it. Also for its damage output. But yeah, especially the Heartbreaker and the Striker are just... The Striker has a little bit more damage, and especially with a little bit more consistency on its damage. Just because it stacks better than Heartbreaker. But then the Heartbreaker, while having the little bit of stacking issues that Heartbreaker has, where you kind of need to use the ACS definitely on the Heartbreaker. On the Striker, you can get away with just the main weapon. But then the Heartbreaker has the bonus armor, which can be used to be like really aggressive. because you can rush down an enemy and kind of know that, okay, if I'm stacking with the ACS, I'm going to have a ton of bonus armor to start with. So I'll likely survive that engagement and then be stacked, and now I can do my damage. And yeah, it's especially like once they are even a little bit stacked, because it's, yeah, the striker and stuff need to stack, of course, for the damage, but even likely at 30 stacks, which, you know, like a mag into it. For instance, the striker is going to be already ahead of the high-end tech tank. And then it has, you know, and then it still has another 70 stacks to go to get even more damage. Because for instance, this one as well, this high end, I'm kind of keeping it to just have some high ends in the collection, but it used to be actually every character had a high end. Actually, every character used to have 2 high ends. Although this is like a long time ago in the collection. But every character used to have 2 high ends, a glass, and a normal variant. Most of them kind of like in the same way that it is now with some characters, where like they have, one has an LMG striker and the other has an AR striker, even though build wise they're the same, but just kind of small differences in like crit layout to make it work better with LMGs and stuff. Yeah, now there is basically just the glass one and one obliterate one, and this is now the obliterate one. And honestly, with this obliterate one as well, just the only reason I'm kind of keeping it is because we can kind of go 3-piece unit with it. Have that extra magazine size, and actually in here, like even a striker with a ninja bike is actually going to be ahead of this, honestly. But here at least, like, it makes more sense, I feel, than trying to ninja bike for that 3rd piece. Oh fuck yeah, that was actually a thing I wanted to calculate, wasn't it? Maybe I should have done that first. Let's quickly do that, actually. Totally forgot. One of the reasons I was still waiting with this one was also to quickly calculate. Although I'm pretty sure that Fox's Purse still wins against any other choice we can put there. But I want to be certain. Because our crit is, you know, we're dumping a lot of crit here. More so than this high end has ever seen. So, now let's actually quickly calculate that out. Oh yeah, and I wanted this list of talents. Just plop. Should have a Lexington, I think. This one. Mm-hmm. There we can take these 2 as well. Let's go to VG. Let's get the farmer's name. Oh, that's the one thing I forgot over there, didn't I? Although we'll do a pass for this in oh, that's not for you. We'll do a pass of that just to double check all of them. So likely I've forgotten some here and there, but let's actually go back to that Hunter's Fury for a second. So definitely forgot the name for Equalizer and Quick Step. So actually, this one's also salve. I snipped it a little too close there. Last the stick on the cue. There we go. Yeah, you can go again. And salvo. Sketching up. Yeah, we should have actually done that one. Oh, which one was this? So 3.03. HE ugly. So Fox. Grupo. So I should do Fenris. Just to have that. Because you already have Cheska, right? Yeah. So let's just do it like this. 990, 75, 3.49. All three will be the same on that. So I already did this because I'm gonna forget later. So let's put this to 90. That's there. Let's do the farmhouse. Just to actually be that build. All Lexington is just going to be better there. The farmhouse is in there just to go to Tinkerer a little bit more easily. So 150, 30 is 25 less 24, 75. And then on this one, it is 6129. We stick a group of piece in there. So wait, I just matter that. Because we have a crit chance there. That will become a crit damage too. So it would be basically this becomes a crit damage and this becomes a 25, which is normally what a group of piece also is. Well, fuck. Am I doing that right? I just not have any. Right, let's stick this in. Just as a stand in. That. Oh yeah, so I mean yeah, it would be 25. What else would it be? Because that's still 60, right? Oh, god damn it. I see the mistake I made. Forgot to flip the mods on this. Keep making that mistake of just like setting the build up correctly and then going like, oh yeah, let's grab a graded weapon. The 60 should have been a giveaway here. This cannot be 60. But yeah, it's just a crit chance, crit damage, so that is at least an easy fix. But that's also done. That is the only thing that changes, right? Yeah. Because we haven't done damage numbers yet anyway, so. Okay, so 149 instead. And then this is this number plus 25. It's now actually gonna double check that. So if I stick this in, not the right brand, of course, and then we take this out. Okay, so we would now have this and then plus 13 plus 12. So plus 25. Well, fuck still. And then this is this plus 10. Was that one so far behind? Oh, it would also have. It wouldn't be. Is this one plus 12. Let's say even if we do 80, that's a percent. Should have calculated first. Do I use this somewhere else as well, right? Yes. Yeah. Nah. Gain on the rifle isn't worth the loss here. That's fine though. Let's change this then. Let me catch up here for a second. Aim on Worldian. Lexington stay with kill on purpose or should be replaced with Fireline? No, so that one is set up to be more effective with killer. We're giving up a lot of crit damage. And because of that, killer actually there and taking other stats like the rate of fire through salvo. Because of that, actually that setup, because they're both are still there. So this is then a killer setup. The downside is you need to get a kill with killer, so not per se an all-rounder as the other one is. Because this one is also still here. And this is this one is a lot more consistent because of flatline and such. But then this newer version can do actually a lot more damage. Because in the past, killer was like, 19% or something. This killer is like 26%. And that puts it like on the build itself, like 3 or 4% ahead of the old version of killer. And that was already like 3% ahead of the flatline. So now you're 7% ahead when killer is active. And killer is easy enough to activate. So that's kind of a new version to play around with. But it also has its, it has its ups and its downs a little bit. Because I'm kind of considering, because I also don't have a. So we're gonna go this route. How would I? So I actually don't even have a Grupo backpack ready to go. That's odd. What? Why would I not? Guess I just didn't keep any. Really? Oh, that was always the case as well. Mostly Cheska would go in there. Grupo is craftable. Not a question I've ever had. Nor have I kept any Gruponis, of course. Because why would you? Here it makes sense though, actually. Cheska is craftable. Grupo is craftable. Wicked. Let's just get this build picture done. And I should have calculated first. Because also now actually this is kind of a decent level of a rework on it. Well, let's get her done. Just one that's kind of good enough. The amount of Gruponis I've tossed away. Let's take that crit chance right there. Although the thing is, I could also go Cheska and then just optimize that Grupo backpack. This is also going to be expensive anyway. And then if it's a Cheska knee pad, we can also go thermal. Yeah, listen. Not that this build really is something I would put thermal on. Yeah, why not?
It's fine with me.
Like, I'm pretty full on these resources as well, so yeah, let's just do that. So backpack was also not too expensive. And there's also not much left that I need to optimize anyway. Because I do have just knee pads at the ready, at least. Is this the only place this Fox is used? Yeah. So I'll actually leave this character's inventory. Yeah, so this Grupo. Actually, I'm gonna deconstruct that 11.8. Also shows how long that Grupo backpack has been in there, likely, because I don't really keep 11.8s anymore. Is everything dyed correctly? Yeah. Black ivory. Which does also look on good on the Grupo backpacks. Okay, so with the unit alloy. That, this, so we take the salvo and make it a crit damage. Yeah. So these two stats change. These three stats change. And a good reminder to calculate first and then finalize the build. Because I had that in the back of my head, but I was like, did I do it actually? And then I remembered actually, oh yeah, no. And at least now that we're scaling in that way, these will be the exact same size as the rest. It doesn't look out of place instantly. So that's good, at least. Yeah, so let's redo the main picture. That changes, this changes, this changes. Everything else stays the same. I could have actually justified the Fox's prayer there of like, hey, if I use the rifle, but the rifle is just as a backup. And also the rifle will benefit from Cheska as well. In the same, like not to the same degree as with the Fox, but it's an AR build first, so let's make the AR work the best, and then the rifle is just as a backup, and especially if we're going Tinker anyway with it, then it's even more so. Brand list. Oh, shooting. I need the orbiter. Okay, so now it's fine. Yeah, none of these changed, right? It was just a crit chance, crit damage. 59, 174. Let's make sure actually that was correct, right? Yeah. Because at 100% DTA rate or DTAC rate, sure. It's even. Then when we stick this to 90, we're already starting to fall away. And we can have the consistency of that. We'll go with the consistency. But yeah, because of things like salva and stuff, we're dropping enough crit for it to become worth it to actually forego the foxes. Oh, yeah, everything else is in place. Damage numbers, finally.
Good to actually do things.
I had thermal somewhere on a build picture already. I think it was this striker. Because you know it's basically set up for it. Not that this would be a build where I put turmoil per se. So at least on striker and stuff, it makes a little bit more sense with where you can use it also to stack better. Let's go with named because we don't need 200 stacks anyway. That actually was killer active. 714. And plop. Yay! Dan. I've been going already. Not too long. Yeah, so another one in the bag. Let's remove that, right? Yeah. Although now, yeah, if you were to, although people will be clever enough to understand that, right? I would hope. Going sacrifice gift, that then like the Cheska that replaces the Cheska. It's fine. This is already not per se like highly recommended build or anything. I should have maybe actually presented it with fast stance because I think fast stance is a good pick here with the extra max size that we have there. Also, you know what? Just for my own, because I haven't tried this in this way yet. Let's go here. But this character just. Oh no, that's still a Fox's Prayer for some. Oh yeah, so PvP build over there. Just no Fox's Prayers in their inventory. That is Haven't seen that since before the Fox Explorer existed. Yeah, let's put these back. Just out of curiosity. Huntsman. How does it time in here? So it will be here somewhere. Um, I mean, actually doesn't help it because yeah. So we're losing like the last little bit of this mag. If we had gunner, that would help it a little bit because at least then like that third reload now doesn't get in the way at least. But also, nah. Thing is, even at 75 rounds, like this doesn't per se outperform the Sleipnir. And by extension, not the M249s and stuff like that. Oh yeah, but that one's in the bag. I'm feeling maybe we go and actually just play for a little bit. Kind of getting drowsy almost. Let's though check which one we wanna. So basically on character 3, so yeah, we've skipped a bunch, but we've done some of the builds that took a little bit more work. So we have the Memento one out of the way, and that's a 5. That's not a 3. Like, which ones of these did we do? Is this a 30? This should be 30 already, right? So for instance, this one as well is already done. This is at 30. We just need to clean that side up. But yeah, so we did on this Fury. We did this thing, but that was just special because it was a Memento build. The UI Striker was already done. So okay. Especially on character 2. Yeah, the ND Tech tank. This combat medic. Red Patriot, but that's not an important build. The rifle stays the same. These two have already been done. Most of the rest stays the same. Bunch of headhunters and stuff that don't get touched. Then so that one and this one. TS. Striker's already changed. This doesn't change. This is already new. Okay, so of the ones that actually have quite a bit of work to them, there aren't many left. That's good. Let's actually, yeah, let's go play for like a little bit. Go like an easy daily. Roosevelt, Potomac there. Yeah. Let's actually go to character. Although, you know what? Let's go get a Krampus before we swap character. and then we'll come back to this. I feel we should definitely add the Umbra, because otherwise as well it's like another until all the way tomorrow.
My buddy is open for business. I can give you the location.
And then we're gonna go over here where it's AR targeted. Might as well.
Stay the fuck away.
Oh, 2 rushers. It's annoying when they just die to themselves because they don't drop loot then. Oh. Maybe I'd grab some AR ammo or something.
Get the hell back! What now?
What now indeed? Oh yeah. We just got the strike crash. Let's put this one back to base. Let's take character 1 because then we'll stay on them. Well, actually, you know what we do? Let's go to character 2 because it'll be the negotiator tech tank first. We'll charge them up, but we'll play for a little bit and then charge them up, and then right away take them back and get the damage numbers first, and then sort of like that, yeah. So also their only kind of memento build. Yeah. Yep. Let's go to this character. Yeah, let's play around with her. Oh, was it Sadist and Vindictive? I have one of each. So one is set up Sadist, one is set up Vindictive. That's the, because there's only like, I was kind of considering making one like maybe Overdogs or something, but nah, I feel both should stay. Because there's one on, second account, there's one on main account. I definitely want to. And there's really only one gear side way to set it up, which is just Cheska Tinkerer. Although, I was thinking 2-piecing units, or sorry, 3-piece unit, maybe with Ninja Bike. Because at least their damage per mag kind of makes it, but like that just doesn't work out either numbers wise. So in the end, it is one within. Oh, we have the. Well, yeah, it's quick. We have the thing where we're dropping frames slowly. Oh yeah, I forgot we set up this character this way. I do like the Krampus. We did this with the Houndsman as well with the hood, because you can of course stick the correct mask in there, but usually it's much more terrifying with either the Nemesis mask or the other good one is also to take the baby doll. Like this is also like nice and terrifying. It's nightmare fuel. But I kind of like how the Nemesis one works out here. Just smile. Okay, we're not. Yeah, okay. That bug is kind of annoying and also kind of weird. For the build picture, I'm definitely going to show it with the Lexington. Here, so let's already kind of set it up the way the build picture will be, and then yeah, we'll just go play a little bit, and in that time as well, charge it up, and then we'll bring it back. How's it set up here? Scorpio second there. Oh, actually, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Let's actually then grab the graded Scorpio even. Let's already change this. Yeah. We'll do some of this already. But then I'll come back to it in a sec. Mm-hmm. That's already from the Heartbreaker or from the Striker, also good. Let's take this whole section. Though this character's one is correct, but let's just bring this whole thing as a section. I can stay there as well because this will get shortened in. I'll go in. This will become a 30. Yeah. And I'm just gonna make this killer as well, actually. Do you have that here? Do you have that here? It's just not in there. Oh, let's take that from here, maybe. Actually, add it to both of these. Let's see, I'm missing that here. Not that it matters much. Let's also actually then take that and that. Oh. There we go. Very good. You. There we go. Getting these into place already, and then yeah, let's go play. Let's actually go play a little bit. So we're gonna Krampus first. So yeah, let's do it here again as well. Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of those masks. I also kind of like the Payday one, where you're just, you know, instead of like scary Krampus, it's just, there's the mask that's supposed to go in there, but, yeah, like this one especially, it's just drunken Krampus. Doesn't look bad either. Don't hate that one either. But yeah, with the hoods were actually a pretty good change that they made. There's a lot of messing around we can do with the hoods and seeing what does and doesn't work in there, depending on how much is revealed as well. Don't like that snout to kind of come out, but that's of course not. But yeah, let's go get a Krampus first. Should remember to turn off the modifier when we do the numbers, but I kind of want him here.
Kill that fucker!
Way ahead of you. Everything's marked.
Get the hell back.
Review.
Somebody must have been watching over us.
Bounties.
Never forget we're stronger than they think we are.
You know what? I feel we just go and get a few bounties here.
Worse than my old day job.
It is worse than your old day job. But his old day job was also just, you know, eating shit, so. This is even worse. Where set items are green? That's actually the normal setup for it. A lot of people have colorblind mode on, so they have these be either purple or kind of teal. Stuff like that, but that's only if you turn on the colorblind modes. The normal state is actually green. I don't. The colorblind modes are especially used even without being colorblind. There is the circles on the ground. So let's say we have this hive. If we have this, it's like you know, it's just a purple outline where it's affecting. If you have colorblind mode on, it also puts just actual white lines basically to indicate where it's exactly landing and stuff. And that's actually pretty handy for raid and such, or you know, like where mortars land or stuff like that.
Detecting additional hostile
But I really dislike the loss of contrast in colors when you turn that mode on in the menus and stuff. So I rather don't. Even though it's very useful to do so. I just don't. I'm not gonna show it here, although
Got that outcast.
we've made even more friends. You'll keep him busy, right? Because yeah, it's an accessibility, and then yeah, you can set this to whatever, and then now we have these lines on the, for instance, the hive, but also on like yeah, well, mortar shots are coming in and stuff.
Armor gonna save you, huh?
But yeah, the default state is the green. It's usually the other way around for other people. That's also one of the reasons I don't have it, because then otherwise, also every day you would get the question of like, why are your gear set drops like teal or purple, depending on which color selection or what, you know, which color blindness you select there. You have different colors. Oh, I'm still on, of course. I'm like, wait, why is it now? Why did you get blue loot? But yeah, that's fine. It is actually handy to have that on if you're okay with it. But yeah, I kind of dislike how it kind of... Because it basically goes like, oh, you don't need these colors, so I'll take those away from the menus. Reach max level. What's the best thing I should do to get my first build? If you're going and trying to get your first builds, especially countdown can be really good. You can matchmake for it. Just from here, you go to the map, matchmake, countdown. Especially challenging countdown is a good place to start. And the reason it's really good for getting some builds together and stuff is, well, in the open world, you can press on PC, it's R, but it's whatever button it says here of target loot. You can see the target loot, and the target loot system is what you want to use to kind of get your pieces together. In Countdown, you have selectable targeted loot, so you can, if you hover over it, there's a button for select target loot, H by default on PC, and here you can just choose your brands or gear sets. You can just go here, and especially starting out, getting like a striker together is quick and easy. And then in countdown, there are especially, yeah, it's 8-man mode. You'll be carried effectively, even if you don't have anything really. So, and then kind of as the basic rules is, yeah, kind of stick together with your team. There are some hunters at the start and end especially that can hack skills, so you don't want to be using offensive skills. So nothing like assault drones or stuff like that, because they'll hack them. But the easiest thing to do is just not use those at all for the entirety of the countdown and just run red builds especially, because that, you know, your weapon can't be hacked. And then there is at the end, there is extraction at the end, and there anybody can call in the chopper, but you want to wait till the last 5 seconds to call in that chopper. That's gonna, if you adhere to those, also you'll be a decent teammate in there. Also, yeah, I'll link to the recommended build list here. I'll put them by chance. That's the recommended build list and the recommended weapons and talents list, and collect some stuff up from there.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Bounties, but I don't see any on the map. How to activate them? You first have to get some, so you don't, you know, you don't just get them. You don't just have them. So they're always going to be here in Downtown East. Whenever you go around and you have those Krampuslauf things that happen, there's a chance at bounties. So they will drop in their loot pile. There'll be basically in the same way as like that ammo is there. There'll be a bounty icon. If you walk over it, you'll get the bounty. So, but yeah, it's not a very high drop rate for that. So you won't get some really quick. Like it's not every Krampuslauf you'll have some. Sometimes you'll get several in one, but often you'll not get one at all from one. And then the Krampuslaufs are per character a 10-second or a 10-minute timer. So one thing you can do is if you have multiple characters, jump between characters and just go to, you know, open world, and they have a really high spawn rate if they're not on cooldown. So you'll almost instantly run into a Krampus, kill them, hope to get lucky. If you have multiple characters, you swap around then, or you just, yeah, kind of wait it out by doing other stuff in between. One thing you can do as well is matchmake, and maybe you'll get that. A lot of people are doing that right now, so you'll get, basically you can join other people and get, you know, just use up their bounties. But also help out, of course. Hopefully. Why don't you come over here?
Just point me in their direction.
Just shoot. Just shoot your thing. Just... What are you doing? Okay, never mind then. It's supposed to... There was supposed to be a kaboom!
Got him. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Access key detected.
Nice of that guy to just walk into the fire.
He's not getting up yet. Hostile control point detected.
Virtuoso here at least is good for blue resources. And no worries, Oakley. What is there? Let's get one more public and then we'll jump back and fill in this build real quick. just ice? Wait, how does a flame bring ice? Lady, I think you're crazy. I don't think that's the only reason you're crazy. You gotta love heavy when you're a negotiator.
Let's do this. No, you don't.
Incoming hostiles.
Man, negotiator's single target damage isn't great. Although it's not bad either, of course, but it shines in the when we have stuff like this where we can just mark multiple stuff and just kill by proxy. I do like this tech tank too, although I wouldn't use this as like a universal one. For activities and stuff it works out, for control points it works out.
Agent, hostiles are retaliating in Judiciary Square.
That's a Krampuslauf. That is a Krampuslauf. You have to say it like that, right? Like, it's the law. I'm just following the law. How about no shark runs? You consider that, sir? Those shark runs are in play now.
What? Shit. What? Shit.
As stated, there's the shark runs. So just oh, that's a resource convoy.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Now I have the shotguns. I need to keep on. Spawn less time between spawns. Yeah, they can. Well, on character swap and stuff like that. Definitely yes. Outside of that, they sometimes do that, but it's very inconsistent. Timers have always been inconsistent here, but yeah, anything there. Nobody has figured out yet how to like make that consistent. Otherwise, we would be doing it that way. But on character swap, it's per character, so that's actually like the easiest way to kind of bypass it. Because one thing that definitely is true is like their spawn rate when their timer ends on basically any character just moving around, basically. Yeah, it's very noticeable when they're off cooldown. Basically, you'll get them guaranteed almost. You know what? I have a challenging bounty here and I have a challenging bounty there. I'm just gonna clean them up because I don't want them. I don't want them. I don't want it. You guys somewhere more useful. But perfection makes sense. Yeah, no. Thing is, so go and make that consistent then. It's not 10 minutes perfection. We've tried like a lot already. The code says it's 10 minutes perfection, and that's one thing that can happen, but there seems to be some global timer over everything else. Because their spawn rate is like insane. Like if they're off cooldown, they spawn. So yeah, no. Because even if you've had it, like you've had it likely like once or twice, right? And that's just that global timer getting reset by something, but we don't know what that something is. Because if we could make it consistent, it would be nicer, but... It's a shit. Where's everybody?
We've got to stop this shit.
Let's do this.
Because even like the person that is one of the two sources for that 10 minutes per faction, even they agree that it's not, that it doesn't seem to be, there's something more to it. Because that was the original data mined thing. Because I've basically never had it, but also I'm character swapping a lot for it. Some other people have had it like once in the last, like, the 5 days it's been now available. 4 days, 5 days, 5 days.
Bring them justice. Going down.
That's your target.
I wouldn't be too surprised if it's something like the 1 o'clock reset time on the project thing or something, kind of clearing it up or something like that, but that's also like not too easy to test.
Get a grenade on them. Want that side covered?
I'd say.
Target down. Good job.
Serious trauma detected.
You got the target. Nice.
Yeah, let's clear up that other one too. So just from having completed dailies recently. I wish you didn't even have to get the, like, we should just drop the challenging bounty on the ground and just I don't pick it up. It's interesting actually with the Krampus ones that it is the bounties in the style of, because these projects actually just drop that bounty as a reward kind of on top of you.
Target near
You
you.
instantly pick it up, which is the same as like the Krampus bounties, where you just run over them basically and you pick them up. It's too bad though that if you're like full up on bounties or something, that doesn't, well, it still picks it up, but then, you know, you lose somewhere else on the 64. Let's do evening session. If you can figure out what makes it consistent, you'll be the first. But also be sure to actually time it and stuff, because 10 minutes can feel a lot shorter than if you're doing activities and stuff. But if it was just 10 minutes per faction, that's the thing. Like, if it's just 10 minutes per faction, the spawn rate of them is basically guaranteed. If they're off cooldown, they spawn. Like, that is, you know, that shouldn't be something we disagree upon, right? So if a different faction isn't on cooldown, why aren't they spawned? So if nothing else, it's not just that's why I'm kind of, you know, getting worked up over it, because yeah, that's misinformation, because that, you know, that will lead people. It's the same thing like with the snitch of like, oh, just go over here and not talking about the cooldown, and then people just spend an hour running around for no
That's the
reason.
target agent. Target down. Good job.
If nothing else, just saying there's a 10 minute per faction, like that can be disproved in like seconds. Like, okay, why isn't the next faction
Looks
spawning
like you
instantly?
earned yourself another bounty. Well done.
Now, there being a global timer and that through something not activating in the same way, or getting deactivated in some way, or reset in some way, sure. But then what is that thing? I mean, people have been trying for the last few days, and there's no answer. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, fuck off at that point. Like, The statement of it's a 10 minute per faction is untrue. If nothing else, it's not how that's working in the game. So it's going exactly as it's like, yeah, no. Like, at that point, it's fuck off. I don't disagree that, yes, I've seen clips of people like you're getting 2 factions in a row, different factions as well. You also get it even in retaliation sometimes, where you get a kill squad, and then it basically, if there's 2 spawning, it's always either one of the faction and then one of the underground. But what causes that is a different thing. So just saying it's a 10 minutes per faction. Okay, so where is the next faction then? I'm moving around. I'm going around. They spawn very consistently when you just spawn, you know, when you go through the cooldown. Because once the cooldown is up of 10 minutes, if you're moving around, they spawn. They just basically instantly spawn. So
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
that's here. The 10 minutes is up. The next one's coming. But okay. Yeah. You know what? I'll step out of that conversation. Right.
The tango's in there. Sweet Jesus.
I shouldn't read the last sentence there. Then, yeah, then maybe I went a little too far. Sorry. Because I did not read Xander's last sentence there, which that I would agree with. But then, yeah, sorry for going a little too hard there. I was. The thing is, like, this has been like a misinformation that's been going around the last few days, which is just annoying. Let's go get the damage numbers on this. As I lose my voice. So first, actually, shield numbers. I mean, all of these have the same mods, right? Oh well, modifiers on. That's a good giveaway of that. So yeah, 42. So I know we're not showing the regen anyway, so the grading doesn't matter that it has changed. So we take just damage numbers. Yeah, damage numbers and spread number. Vulnerable. Oh, I have no DTA, right? Yeah. So let's stick this to vulnerable, elite. Let's put this to invulnerable, elite as well. I need negotiator 0 stacks on the build picture. Okay. Oh yeah, just so. Oh, yeah, obliterate. So I usually want to have the build picture there already. And I remember stuff like that, man. Let's stick that in. Let's stick this in. And then spread numbers. Need that number 162. Wait, where's my... Wait. Oh, is that... yeah. It's the 227, of course. I was looking for the non-grid negotiator spread, which plot twist, I could wait forever. Because it's only the on-crit. Oh, obliterating the stackers. There we go. So that's that, that's that. Maybe a negotiator icon here as well. Oh, that's only damage numbers I need, right? So that'll be easy enough. This one and this one. Yeah, that's everything I need while the momentum is absent. Yeah. Let's get this character cleaned up first, actually, of course, and then picture stats. I don't think I'm gonna actually redo the stats, even though they are kind of wonky. Do I have any? I've changed the layout there. Let's redo the stats, because yeah, change some of the layout, and also some items are improved actually than what they used to be. So, yeah, got a 6 crit somewhere at some point. I'll take that. Actually, why am I going to the range? I didn't even... We don't really need the range. Yeah, so... This one... Let's let me get up here for a second. Oh, yeah. The thing is, yeah, it's a smaller trigger rate for a smaller pool. So overall, actually, then yeah, quick steps are like less likely to happen. Just by percentage chance, because even if you get that pool trigger, even though the pool trigger is a lot more, you have less chance within the pool combined with that. But also, do you need a quick step? Still have a little bit of time. I have another hour before I have to go. I can help you get a quick step. It won't be a good looking one. It'll be min stats, but Because yeah, if you have the bounties, you can still do them. And I do have the bounties still, or some. And yeah, they can still even be maintained by character swapping to. To not lose them. So that stayed the same. That stayed the same. And then okay. Run list. Okay, and then just stats. So, all right. Does it? Oh, the quick step is annoyingly way too useful. It's definitely one of those items I wish they had never actually done. Well, as well, actually, that's what because in this one there's no stack broker, which the event is still kind of running. Like I think if you log in like now, you still get a stack broker. Should maybe actually, I don't think I've done that actually on third account. Should maybe do that. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting actually some more stack brokers. Not sure. Let's this side. And also let's work our way down. Let's get this build picture done, and then likely jump to character 1 and go charge up the Umbra one. Although I will put the build picture down for the Umbra first. And then we're going to charge it up. Play for a bit and then come back and give it numbers. Yeah. In the end, it's a lot of changes actually to the build collection. That actually would be a lot less. Although, well, we've also with because yeah, now we're kind of just doing them as we please, just to get some of the more important ones out. Even though in the end, every one of them will get touched if they want to or not. um, But yeah, we haven't had as big of a change to the build collection since like Project Resolve, which was like every build. So that was quite literally every build of the collection. So it's already actually, because this will be the same on that as well. Take this, plop this down. Everything else here looks fine. Yeah. Also, we'll still do a finishing pass at some point just to double check everything. Did I fix this one up already? No. Let's actually quickly, because I have some stuff in the stash that needs to go on this character. Let's do that so it's also out of the stash and I don't forget as well. So, because this gets a different holster. Because that works out better. Yeah. I was just swapping from a crit damage to a crit chance holster, and then I think that makes it so I can reuse this or just have this be a crit damage modded Jessica mask, which is I think the way it was set up before, which minor change, but makes it a little easier. Yeah, 2 crit chance mods 58. I now realize 2 crit damage mods is 60. Well, actually, yeah, no. So this doesn't need 60. That's the whole point. This was just a balance, but because yeah, 60 would actually cost us 4 here, and then we're unbalanced, and there is nothing else triggering off of crit here, actually. So yeah, actually that's a bad idea, turns out. Aegis. And this other one can go. Okay. Also, yeah, let's not forget to put back everything I borrowed. Let's just those two. Yeah. Oh yeah, let me catch up actually here. Good for keys and the rest now full extent so checking over here. Oh yeah. It's so good that, yeah, at least the Lexington going out consistently now. Because for me, it also makes it easy. I can put the Lexington on every picture and not feel bad. Yeah, let's do this one also quick. This is the other one. Same deal, really. Yeah. So this one becomes this one. It's blank. And this one becomes this one. Let's optimize them up. And this way we land perfect 60. 1 crit chance mod on the weapon, 2 crit damage mods. Ah, fuck. 4 short. It's one of the last items that needs optimization, so it's fine. Actually, just gonna craft enough for it. Especially that unit backpack cost me a lot. I don't know, what was it for? Even Heartbreaker, I think, right? Which, like, not even an important build. Yeah, not 13s right now. Those are on different character. Actually. So, this one. If I need them again, I can farm those pretty easily. Point blank. Actually, I think it's purple or something, right? It's usually the one I stick onto PFEs. Hey, target me. Okay. Okay, so that's updated. The other one's updated too. That takes those pieces out of the stash. That helps a lot. Yeah, let's go to character 1. And let me catch up here as well. Here's what we're doing. I'm mostly working on some builds and stuff for the build collection. Just shuffling stuff around. If you're not familiar with the build collection, most likely there. And then that's the build collection. With the bow chats. As it, I'll take you. Yeah.
Safe area.
There's a collection of all my builds. So yeah, I was shuffling some stuff around there on a build that then later on will get added to here. But that's mostly what we're working on today. So I'm kind of was changing some pieces around on that build. Now as well, we're going to actually work on the build picture of this. Because this has been needed for a bit. Let's grab the great Alexi. Actually, as a secondary, I'm gonna also go Scorpio again. Well, actually, in the game I have it saved with the Sweet Dreams, but just for lulz. Character will always have a Scorpio anyway. Yeah, so this needs to match this. Secret chance. Laser pointer. Is that exactly 60? I believe it is, right? No, that's 56. Oh, but we can't do, yeah, we can't, we want the, oh no, actually, wait, why? In this, we wouldn't need the link laser pointer. How is this normally saved? Ew, for flatline. Oh, because they're killer. Yeah. Yeah. Killer loses a lot here. So I would much rather have flatline. Oh, it's already. Like I can't find the link laser pointer. Chance to damage. Yeah, one chance on the chest we could change to damage. Well, fuck, no, this actually needs a, we need to calculate this one out. Let's do that real quick then. Because actually now I realize maybe that killer is worth it. Because also from a gameplay perspective, I could totally see and say that UIT will have damage up front. We can get the kill quick, then killer activates, and then we can coast on killer. But I need to know the difference between these two then. So is 850 times 1.4, right? $50, 1.72. Okay. Lexington base. 100. Oh no, I should force on 100. It's modifier on? Yeah. Well, let's actually split this up into segments. So this is 55 plus 30 for memento. And grade 30 as well. 30, 30. No total weapon damage, right? Nope. 0. 75, 75. 10, 10, 0, 0, 21, 21. So this would be uh, 61, 60. Just so I can see. Oh, actually, what we can do is just 61 and then killer 60.
So 60, 117. But then this is 117. Yeah, we need actually. So this will be UI stacks. Go there. This will be 100, and then this will be okay. It's so much more complex. Well, actually, we don't need it in the RPM per se, but let's do it right. So is 1 plus 0.04 times this number. No, it's 0.0. Yeah, okay. Because we don't then have to divide this by 100 for percentage. We can just do that there. But I have to figure out how many zeros I need there. And then here is 117 plus 1.2 times whatever's in this field. So this will be just flat 60. How would this be done? Have a crit damage moment. So this would be, this is 55 now, right? Yeah. And then this would be 60. So 60, 129. How is it only gaining? That doesn't seem right. Oh no, yeah, that is right. Okay. Only a second set this. Is this number divided by itself? Lock that part. Catch up in chat as well in seconds. Definitely, I'm in my own world. Oh yeah, no, killer is out of contention. Oh wait, no. Killer. We haven't even put killer in here. What am I talking about? So then it's this, and then plus 70. That's killer, and this is 15 or flatline. Maybe we implement the talents actually. Okay, yeah, no. Killer. Yeah, no, killer isn't worth that. Like it's 6%. But flatline is just always going to be active. Yeah. I need effects. Max. No. Like we know the drop rates. They're a known factor to us. You know, when to get the key. Oh, from the enemies? I don't think they changed that either. Which is those could be. I don't think they've touched those at all. Like from what I've seen from people, they've gotten the same amount of keys like in yesterday to today as they did before. For a second there, I was first thinking you meant the drop rates because that was the talking point yesterday, but that should be dispelled in everybody's view, I would hope by now, of the drop rates for the items still being extremely high for the like the raid items and stuff. But from what I've seen, like I've done like one Krampus Bounty today, but did a few yesterday. It seemed exactly the same. There's also, there doesn't seem to be like, there is no drop rate changes at all in like those are visible to people with the right tools and knowledge. That isn't me, but there are a few I trust. And so flyline it is. There's our answer, but then at least I have an actual answer instead of guesswork. Yeah, let's quickly put this up. I'm gonna play for a bit and then come back and give it its damage numbers. But I love the idea of like, oh, I'm having less luck today, so it must be, you know, it must be something somebody did, which, yeah, never a good mindset. Down here. So I should do the full list there. Oh yeah, stop. Then this will also take away the last empty slot in the collection, because this one was black for a while. Actually, well, yeah, no, we didn't change it per se exactly when I changed the build, because we actually put this one together last season. Although I used to have an Umbra Tech tank like ages ago, but that was before they changed it, which is ages ago. Those down. You know what I can do. Character 3 rights. Also take. Let's take these two. That one too. Take this one separately. Umbrat Max stacks. And then yeah. Line. Zip. Oh. Got a part. Okay. Oh, it opens voice. Okay. None of this. I should go take from the negotiator tech tank. This and this. They're gonna share in that one. Stat blocks. Let's do that real quick. Oh, yeah, didn't copy that. So this is 2 CHC, 0 CHD, and a linked laser pointer. There we go. Okay, check here for a second. 1 second. Nah, okay, it's fine. It's like I likely have a better looking mask than one that is optimized twice. But it's for the core, but this doesn't need it, but might as well have that piece on the character. It's fine. NPC still bumping us out of menus. At least it's a lot less, just because they have a lot less NPCs nowadays walking around. Also, they have implemented that they kind of, in parts, try to avoid bumping into players. Sometimes you'll see them kind of like, while you're in the menu, you'll see them like stop outside and then just kind of get teleported. But that system doesn't seem to be always working. At least there's just less people running around especially like the vendor area of the White House. Right. Snip better. And up all these down. And I'll be happy when the collection is fully updated. Because also I've been having to answer quite a bunch of stuff of like, yeah, the build picture isn't updated, but this is what it's going to become. And then you have to like explain the whole thing. When it's just the picture, you just go plop here, do this. It's much easier. And then also, yeah, we can go to the DPS tables, which also basically all need to be, if nothing else, changed to the new builds, but also the new talent of this season needs to go in, although that's just a straight up amp, so that one's easy. Oh, my stash reminds, yeah. I know the feeling. One of the things with the build collection video I'm definitely gonna do is just have a eulogy for Cheska chests. And actually, even so, for instance, in my case, even Grupo chests, because Grupo obliterates for like Negotiator and other stuff, Negotiator and like Hunter's Fury and stuff, or but yeah, we'll be gathered here today to remember our dear friends, the Cheska chests, how they used to carry us, but now we have retired them, or something like that. Ode to Cheska. But yeah, basically, there is one obliterate chest that remains that isn't an equalizer, and that's the DNH chest on the Tempest Tech Tank. Turns out that is the like one place where, yeah, we can't put the DNH somewhere else. It's already has a memento and a DNH chest, so, and then the rest is Striker, so there is no place for that DNH to go, and the DNH, just by being 20%, is actually larger than Equalizer plus its perfect stats, or perfect talent. Okay, so that's all this. So now we just need damage numbers, but then let's go and shoot some people to get the memento fully stacked up. Let's of course go to Krampus first. Let's go over here. We'll get a Krampus in the AR zone. Or Krampuslauf. And then we'll go, especially finding some convoys might be nice. Hey, it's the Sneech. And yeah, I'm a charging my laser. Just double checking I did everything right there. Yeah, so basically landing 61, but wasting one crit chance is fine, especially seeing as we're with Umbra also pushing up a lot of crit. No Rusher? No. We already died. That's what she said. Already poofed itself, or there was a rusher and it poofed itself. Oh no, there's something somewhere.
Come on out now.
Guessing that one went the other way to the elite patrol over there. Okay. My kill. You too are my kill. We're just chained them. Try to farm. I want the AUG for the OD tech tank. I'm going to present it just with the AUG. I'll also save it with the AUG moving forward. That SIG that I have on there is just not my jam. Turns out in the end. Oh no. No, not much. Let's just go deal with some of that then. Let's get a bounty. Oh, actually, yeah, let's pull this up. Although, yeah, I didn't have any of them 30. I have no build yet that I've got taken to 30.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
I'm considering it on second account, but it's also a very bad consideration. Because of course, it's not gonna. I'm not gonna do the smart thing of like doing the striker or something. Although that's maybe I'll convince myself to make the smart choice. But like we do the 511. Although well, the 511 build needs to be 5 and then 11, right? On the grading actually. Maybe we do the striker there at some point. Oh, actually, maybe I do the heartbreak attack tank actually.
Watch out. We're sneaking up on them.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Is that the last one?
Nice work, everyone.
Zone has been retaliated upon by some hyenas. Although I don't mind actually getting a few hyena bounties into the pool of this character. Just for some hyena tactical assessments.
I think we're done here.
Need one more thing. Actually want the bounty. Oh, do you actually have any of those anything challenging bounty wise from dailies or something lingering a bit? Let's clean those up as well. No by the look of things. I know these characters will end up having some Houndsman ones and some Krampusnacht ones because we'll keep them around. Even for in the future. Let's go for that public. And then yeah, several stuff at least is now then updated as well today. It's kind of what I wanted out of today. I'll say. It's a long list of bannies. Because we'll run that in a little bit. I need to get ready for work and also go to work. Anyway, I won't be streaming this evening because I'll be at work.
Getting away with that.
But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow.
You're gonna die.
But yeah, seeing as I kind of started a little bit, usually I'm like at work already now. Today's evening thing is a little simpler. So I've left it to some other people to do some of the build up and I'm just joining late.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
I feel the one improvement Umbra definitely could use, even beyond, because actually nowadays the damage on it is actually pretty decent, especially when you start out. The damage is actually, you know, kind of. Striker needs to basically be get stacked, for instance, the striker big thing before kind of has similar.
Afraid of you.
There's definitely something to be said for upfront damage. And just it giving us the ability to Just get the numbers down quick.
Detecting additional hostile
Oh, well,
contacts.
they can spawn over there still. For some reason, I feel they fiddled with some of the spawn locations for some stuff. I wonder, or maybe it's because of Rampa stuff? Maybe.
The division are killers.
Or maybe I've just gotten lucky. But here, like, they kept spawning the whole time on the other side. This is like the first time I've seen them spawn on this side in a while. And this is definitely a public execution area where I quite often go.
Yeah, let's get him.
Oh yeah, the moment is charged up. Let's make sure first the shield and stuff is this, right? So yeah. Just make sure. Oh, that would actually change it, because if it's just a mod that's missing like a little bit, but that's also for me there to check kind of if there is a mod I'm missing. Oh yeah, let's pick up those. So we have 5 minutes. Let's take it to the range. And yeah, we need to stack Umbra. And then get damage numbers. And that'll finish up this. Let's actually, I see this already. It's maybe a little too much. Let's put it like that. Should also put it like that. I end up putting it quite often like that, and it just reads as no memento. Instead of, because yeah, it's like no gear set brand. Because it's an exotic, but yeah, I should put it like that maybe. Do not confuse people. But it says memento there. No memento. Oh yeah, let's put this to named actually. We don't need killer, but we do need pulsing. That's that one. Well, let's make sure that was actually correct. No, 6. Because a lot of the damage here is from the RPM, which is of course going to make it. I love how that's still a thing that people get caught up on over with Umbra. They're like, oh, but my crits are so small. It's like, yeah, but you're doing it much more often. That's why we talk about DPS. But yeah, a lot of people still in the mindset of like bigger number wins, and then they end up with like a low RPM weapon just because it hits harder per shot. Not understand that, like, okay, but the other thing also then shoots more often and hits more often. Yeah. Wait, is this the same memento? I think it is actually, right? Between these two. Wait, it isn't? What? Oh, yeah, no, it needs to be crit damage. Yeah, because we don't have... Although not anymore. But yeah, it needs to still be on the high end. Oh, yeah, no. I was gonna say if it's the same memento, we can instantly do the other build picture. But yeah, actually, so this one we sign off on. Nah. Let's not start on another build picture. Because yeah, it's gonna take too long. Alright, this still needs to be changed to equalizer. This one's done. This one's up to spec. So you know what? Let's take stock on how many we still need to do, or that like really have changes. Because definitely up to here we've been thorough, up to the striker tech tank. As you guys over here. No, striker include memento. They did not used to be the meta, but it fell off a favor. You can still stick a memento in there. The thing is though that the second I'm kind of considering one with a memento, I'm gonna go like all the way. Like I'm not just gonna stick a memento in there, I'm just gonna make it a tech tank. Memento with a few blue cores and artificer and the shield, and yeah. The thing is with striker, yeah, the backpack is kind of nice. Memento is definitely like one of the top pieces solo, but I wouldn't per se like want to run it in a group like that. And then in a solo setting, I would just go all the way like that. Like I would just make it a tech tank. Should maybe actually include the memento in the build pictures just as a recommended, but that's not definitely solo on any build. Just stick a memento in there. Honestly, it's not a bad idea. But a lot of those like red strikers are much more meant for group settings and then like just as damage dealers, and then
That was a good deal.
on the tanky end we take it actually tanky. Oh yeah. Real quickly taking stock of. So up to there we've been thorough. So everything up here we've been kind of scattershot. Because even this we did already, right? Yes. This is in the new style. So that stays mostly the same. That stays the same. Headhunter stays the same. This we did already. Yeah, skill builds and stuff staying the same. This one we did, this one we did. This one stays the same, being an OD. This one's gonna change, but it's a PvP build, I don't care too much. Minor changes there. This has already been upgraded. Minor changes there. Headhunter. There's a Red Patriot. Combat Medic. Those two need to change. That's a little bit more significant ones. A bunch of skill builds that don't change. This high end red stays the same for rifles. Striker's already been changed. Coco is new anyway. So the high end Tempest changes. Doesn't change. TS is a bigger change. All of this stays mostly the same. And this is already done. And then this one's new anyway. And then this is all stays the same mostly. Even the ones that stay the same, we're still going to touch them, but lightly. Okay, so that's just mostly TS and a pistol tech tank. And there was one here that kind of need to get done. Combat medic, strike combat medic. Special. We're getting there. And then some smaller cleanup. I was gonna play for a tiny bit here at the end. Now let's go with the bestie.
Everything is priced too.
Let's put some of the borrowed stuff back. Oh, is that right? Yeah. That's just for XP. Roosevelt's a little too long. Roosevelt's also like 13 minutes or something. Actually, I don't even really have that. I know what, let's go get this public. Sure, these open? Yeah. Might quickly, after the stream, go and get Danny on second account, because I'll forget Monday otherwise. Not likely tomorrow as well. Play-wise, I'm gonna spend a bunch of time on second account, just so we... so I can level up the season, because there's double season XP going on. Where did the heavy go? Where's heavy? Is there another heavy? There's no heavy. Getting helped out by the outcast.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Good thing that named group behind me didn't get aggroed here. Oh yeah, I should have taken them maybe in a better zone. I did still sometimes keep forgetting that, yeah, we have them drop-in targeted. Giving my bounties, and I still haven't really farmed keys much. I do want to at least, yeah, farm enough for the 30. That, of course, I do want to patch. And then also I want to go around at some point as well and get the boxes, but honestly, like, not in a hurry at all for that. We have weeks. You have an LMG? Well, I have an LMG.
Agent incapacitated.
But also I have a Revive 5. It's kind of annoying being in the middle of 2 packs. Let's deal with the easier pack first. Alright, let's go get that public now. Thing we came for. I could go for some tacos. It's bad. Too bad they seem closed. Get out of here, puppy. Also get far away from my pesty. Just as far as you can.
I live.
Oh, it's Highness.
I win, you lose. Think about that.
I throw grenade, you get pwned.
Incoming hostiles detected.
You don't scare me.
Really, lady? Oh, actually, oh no, I'm not on that one. Okay, I don't scare you, yeah.
There will be
Definitely.
more tomorrow.
That was still on
Hostiles
the...
are retaliating in downtown East.
I thought I was still on that character that was running the like Krampus plus Nemesis mask. I was like, wait, I don't scare you. Well, but yeah, if I'm running this, yeah, I'm just the white bush. Basically, I rolled around in some bushes and it got stuck to me. That's basically the vibe of this. Oh, this is from earlier. Okay, I'm like, why are there memento stacks? The answer is we were earlier running a memento and we did the activity there, and the memento pickups were still there.
Feel the bird.
Feel the plague.
Hostile contacts. Access key detected.
I gotta love Bestie just ending stuff. And the Cocoa tick on the Bestie is also really nice, but definitely the Cocoa tick also needs a while to get going. So I do still feel there's a place for this thing, the Lingmo setup. Alright, let's go get one last Banny. I need to rock that. And it's doing pretty good. Going to jump on a little early, although I'm mostly jumping on a little early just to, as I'll be off to work actually after this.
Detected. Location.
Although I'll have enough time to just have a eat and a shower and then I'll go. But yeah, seeing as I'll be away, I was like, let's jump on, do a few build pictures. Because I do want to get done with the build collection. Just in general. No, by before Tuesday, preferably before the next division week. Also, yeah, next week is the 5 times. I haven't per se decided what my plan is with the 5 times. Seeing as I have all the DPS tables and stuff still to do, I'm likely gonna actually still play Division, but
Hostiles detected.
we'll see how much we actually play. Although this time around, at least the 5 times is for a whole week. I mind those less than like when it's just for a weekend. In general, I don't play at all, mostly with the 5 times. Last few 3s, I've kind of used it, especially seeing as I could use some exotic components and stuff, so just by farming alongside it. Although, the thing is, nowadays, it's also not per se worth it to do that. Even the 1000 levels is just 50 exotics. When, you know, some of those projects are that as well. I don't have access to those anyway. I don't have deletable characters, so we just do them as many as we can. And also the drops go till the 26. I kind of want to be in the category for those a little bit. Just die. That pestic was on them for a while. I picked up the thing and everything, right? Right. Yeah, let's actually run that because I do need to go get ready. What to write that dude, yeah. I'm not gonna delete any like a character. The least one is even at like at 1200, 1300. Actually, I've considered it here and there, but yeah, that's Yeah, so even like the least ranked character is 1700 hours. I don't want to delete that. Either they give me the 5th spot, or when I feel basically done with Division, I'll go, fuck it, let's get all commendations, and that'll be the last thing I'll do in the game. But then I'll delete the main character here. With builds and everything. And then yes, yeah, get a hardcore in, get the hardcore raids commendation, and then have all commendations, and then bye.
Thanks for your business.
But I'm also like not, I don't feel close to that yet. But yeah, let's round out here. Let me in the background already find somebody for us to raid, although I'm guessing a certain somebody is already up and running. And yeah, actually that's the only person I'm following, even. Yep. But yeah, we'll send of course everybody off to Toasty, as they'll be doing some community legendaries by the look of things. Title the weekly. I'm guessing that's already what they're doing there. And then yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I won't be around this evening, as yeah, I'll be away. But I'll be back tomorrow, and yeah, we'll continue on. Especially second account, I'm gonna, try to get the Krampus event maybe there done. There's a good targeted on either tomorrow or Monday. We'll try to farm up, and then just likely on second account, I'll be okay cheesing it. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting the patch there, getting the patch there, and also donating 30, and then of course all the apparel. So we need at least 55 keys, and that doesn't take too long anyway. But also yeah, we'll then be back. Yeah, Sunday. I need to also do my weekly descent still there. Let's go back to it. Yeah, for me as well. There hasn't been any game that has like kind of, I jokingly say that there, but yeah, that plan is I don't see it happening. Likely. Although, well, we'll see. I mean, on a long enough timeline, everything comes to an end. But it's also, yeah, it's, definitely been a part of my life for a while. Okay. Yeah. Indeed, it does. Let's send everybody off to Toasty. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, likely for a pretty long stream as well. So I'll be around for a bit. Likely jumping on around 5 or 6-ish, and then we'll go from there. Oh, yeah. Let's start the timer already there. Enough yapping for me. Later on today as well. I say enough yapping for me and then yap some more. But also, yeah, the in-depth look into the modifier will go up later today if everything goes right. I'm going to basically listen to it now going around while I'm just eating and going to work. And if there isn't anything in there that makes me go, I need to re-edit that, then it'll go up. But I'm pretty sure I did right, so. Enough yapping now. Actually, thank you all for joining me. Hope to catch you all in the future. And as always, have a good night.